So they say Muslim woman is oppressed. Let's find the facts. And those who are calling for the freedom of women, let's call for the equality. Let's call for justice. Let's save these Muslim women from the oppression of today. So let's free her, please. Free her from what? Free her from her dignity, of course. Free her from the clothes that she wears. Free her from the pride that she has. Free her that she doesn't know who the ancestors were. Let's free this girl. Let's set her free. Come on, girl, come on down. Come on down where you have no value. Come on down where your price is for the highest bidder. Come on down where every time they can hear you will look at you. Come on down that you'll be judged according to 36, 24, 36. If you fit the bill, you're good. How big the measurement, how good you look, it's not what you have inside, it's what you have outside. It is a superficial, short-lived measuring stick that is judged by a human being. They put you like a hanger. They put the clothes on. This year is red, everybody wears red. This year is black, everybody wears black. It's below the knee, it's above the knee, it's cut from the right, it's cut from the left, cut from the front, cut from the back. You feel like a toy. You're a slave to a man that tells you what to do, what not to do, what to wear, what not to wear. Is that the freedom you're telling me about? Or are you a slave to Allah subhanahu wa jalla bi'ulah? A man that doesn't care who you are, where you go, you're going to end up in the hellfire after him? Or Allah subhanahu wa jalla bi'ulah that wants you to go in eternal happiness? Is that the freedom you're telling me about? If this is who you are? It's a choice you have to make, ukhti.
Every successful man needs a Khadija. So the first person to embrace Islam was a woman. The first person to die for Islam was a woman. Femeile. The greatest scholar of Islam was a woman. Aisha. The person who loved the Prophet the most was a woman. Who was that woman? Fatima. The person who made the biggest sacrifice for Islam in one day was a woman. Khansa. One of the greatest fighters in Islamic history was a woman. Khawla bint al-Azwar. She fought on the back of horses, killed many kuffar, and spurred the mujahideen on to go on.
Think about what Islam done. The first indication, go back to Ayyam al-Jahiliyyah, the pre-Islamic era, the ignorant era, so they call it. You'll find out that women had no rights. Women were killed before Islam just because they were dishonorable. It was a shame. As a matter of fact, it is mentioned in the Quran. It was a shame for anyone to have a daughter. What did they do? They either kill it or bury it alive, or bear with it for a shameless day or a long life. It is narrated that a man came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, I've done something before Islam that I fear that Allah may not forgive me for that. And of course we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives all sins except one, which is shirk, ascribing partners unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He told him after a long story, he said, I had this daughter. I felt ashamed. I was patient for a few years. And after a while, I made a decision that I will either bury her or throw her in the well. And as I've done, I hear my daughter say, you have killed me, Dad. And I waited for her voice to drown till I heard her die. Till Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam cried and the people around him cried too. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals, وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةِ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ. On Judgment Day, this maw'uda, this young child, this young daughter that's prior to Islam, what sin has it committed for it to die? What mistake has she done? By what right have you killed your own daughters? She will come on Judgment Day, ask you, what sin have I done to be killed? What right have you had over me to kill me? So this was the first indication that Islam honored women. You go back in history, you'll find that Islam gave a woman the right to inherit, gave a woman right to vote, gave a right to a woman to have business. All these are authenticated. That Islam has given women way over, not just 100 years or so ago that they were fighting and debating. Over 1400 years ago, Islam given that the rights of women. Imagine yourself, akhi and ukhti. And you go back in history, you'll find out that their own faith says the same thing. You go back in the scriptures, you'll find the authenticated ones actually telling you the same thing. Amazing. Islam says no, women are honored. Women are honored. We look at them as much more than you think. They're elevated. The only religion on the face of the earth that elevated mothers over 3 times over the father. No other religion on the face of the earth that actually honors women more than Islam. If you think about it, you'll find Islam is the only true path. Of course, the sisters have it very difficult. You think it's easy? La wallahi. But you tell me, man, I wear a thobe. Man, I have a beard. No, no. You try wearing a hijab and niqab and walk down the street just in case you think it's easy. Wallahi, it's not easy. They are a walking pulpit, ya akhi. You should be proud, ukhti. It's a izzah, it's an honor for you to be a Muslim muhajjaba. Wallahi. You stick out like everybody else is walking naked and you're holding on. Even though it's hot in the sun, the scholars say every drop of the sweat in your body is the heaviest on the scale. You've shaded yourself here, Allah will shade you on Judgment Day, where there's no shade except His shade. 50,000 years. Imagine yourself. This is a true story. A young girl was wearing the hijab, another sister, supposed to be Muslim. She says, isn't it hot? What did she say? قُلْ نَارُ جَهَنَّمْ أَشَدُّ حَرًّا. The hellfire is hotter. Imagine yourself, ukhti afifa, honorable. I had so much respect for women till I've seen a sister is walking in the West especially, that is wearing a hijab or niqab. Wallahi, she looks like an angel walking down. Ya Allah. The beauty under the hijab, not the outside, the fake. When you take that sister that looks like a whatever, you take her, you put her under a shower, you take her out, you take all that paint and all that plastic and all that stuff, she looks like a Allah al-afwa. But the beauty, the one that worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi ula, no matter what, you actually admire and respect that sister. The sister that will be with you in heaven, inshallah, is totally different. So even the brothers, they may be fooled. They have the picture in the back of their mind that this is who I want to marry. That's beauty, that's love. But don't you see, ya akhi, look at all the dreams before and even nations before. You'll find out that hijab was before Islam. When people tell you that a Muslim woman is oppressed and they force you to wear this, I said, you don't even know, you haven't done your own homework. You go back to the nations before you. I asked him one question. What was the color of the hair of Mary, may peace be upon her? The mother of Jesus, may peace be upon her. What was her hair color? They don't know. They tell me, I have heard this. Brown, black, blonde. I have heard this blue. Blue, come on, man. It's not from Mars, it's coming down to Earth, dude, come on. This is from the schools that come to the center and they talk about comparative religion and the world religion classes. I go, you know why you don't know? Because she was what? You tell me, yes, she was covered. You're right. What about the nuns? Yeah, it's covered too.